is ours.
Yeah, sorry, here bringing you the quarterfinals of the 2v2 anniversary finals. Playing share spawning in the north, we have Dzaraa playing as Soviets and as well as Soviet Industry, Shock Rifle Frontline, and mechanized support. Teaming up them as Rutra, Shock Rifle Frontline, Soviet Combined Arms, and mechanized support. In the south, we have Scotch as the Aussie player who has Storm, Jaeger Armor, and Blitzkrieg. Teaming up with him is Noggano, who has Fortifications, Special Operations, and Luftwaffe Ground Forces as OKW. We are on Crossing in the Woods. This is game 1. And with this, I believe I will have cast every match that's wasn't done on the live broadcast, so managed to get them all in. Starting to get a bit fatigued, but I managed to get them all. I will manage to get them all in before patch hits. So how about that? How about that though? Interesting maneuver here. MG at super long range fighting against this garrison. Judging by the amount of damage these guys are taking, I'd say they're inside 10 range, so I'm not getting any benefits from being in that heavy cover there. Which is useful to know. So yeah, staying behind this cover, you can't get protection against this building, which is interesting. The squad was trying to do some flanks, try to do some tricky stuff around here, gets forced away. Machine gun packed up because of the incoming threat of the flank. But Noggano's had free reign on their left hand side, so been capping up the map really effectively over there. Conscripts, they want to get out, but they don't want to lose control of this garrison. Other squad Ura's in, and I think they're going to be able to steal it back. He jumped back in briefly, not knowing how close his teammate was, I suppose. Yeah, they do a quick changeover. Good way to keep control of the garrison. Oh, Sternpine is on the retreat here. If they come for this squad, they might be able to get it. This squad is across the road. He's trying to do it. No, they're spinning around. A little bit late. Oh, nice wipe there from Noggano. Good teamwork there. Got to communicate to your teammate. Okay, a low health squad's retreating. Try get it on the retreat. And that's exactly what happened there. Flamethrower about to pop here for Scotch. So this conscript squad's not going to last long in this building. Oh, what? I swear that was building and then he just cancelled it. I don't understand. Well, there's a super low squad on the retreat. Looks like there's no Stern Pioneers in the retreat path this time though, so not going to be a wipe this time. Maxim goes to work, expressing the squad. Looks like Dzaraa wants to push out on this left-hand side. Oh, another wipe for Dzaraa and Rutra early game. This is not going their way early. That one looked very avoidable. I can understand losing that squad to the Stern Pioneers moving into the retreat path, but yeah, that was not so sharp from Rutra. Stern Pioneers back, got a sweeper. Maxim coming out of its cave. Second one trying to do some work on the right hand side, but doesn't have any infantry supporting, so it doesn't push any further in. Looks like this conscript squad wants to go for the cutoff, but just at the wrong time. Going to run into 2 Volksgrenadiers, 3 in fact, going to get forced away. Late reaction from Rutra though. Should have tried to pop the retreat on this a long time ago. Next, I'm going to work on the Stern Pioneers. Finally forces them off, so they're going to open up the capture on that left-hand side. Interesting to see how they position their Maxims to deal with the next wave of infantry. Squad trying to come around on the flank, and he switches targets since he's got them flanked. This is a losing fight here. 4 folks against 2 conscripts. Not the kind of battle you want to be taking. Here comes a half track for Scotch. Flamethrowers about to pop, and this could be the end of the conscripts. Looks like he's going in for the chase. No luck there. Didn't want to chase any further. PTRA squad was there. Where's this Maxim going? Trying to bait the Stern Pioneer into the Maxim. Just suppresses him, but he kind of runs out of the arc, and here comes the looks and the Flamer half track. It's going to have to be a retreat over here for Dzaraa. Interesting to see Dzaraa goes for 2 squads of guards, even though he does have tier 2 down. Could have gone for Aziz. So he wants to get those guards instead. Oh, loses another squad. I'm pretty sure all 3 squads now have been lost by Dzaraa, correct? 2 conscripts. Okay, combat engineers were actually Rutras. Guards coming in now. Trying to fight. Conscripts coming in as well. Infiltration grenades. Oh, and the Maxim goes down. What was he doing? Oh, this is just going horribly wrong for the Allies. So many wipes early. Really out of character for these 2. Also getting pushed hard over here. Got almost no territory on the right. Starting to get boxed out. Or rifle grenade or something. Oh yeah, from the squad in the retreat path now. Trying to go for the wipe. Doesn't look like they're going to be successful though. Half track comes in, force away more squads. Man, this is going poorly for the Allies. Got 8 grenades for Rutra. So he's also gone for Aziz. I definitely need Aziz to try and take care of these 2 Axis light vehicles. Guards, not enough firepower. They just can't operate at a safe enough range really to fight these. They take too much damage, bleed too much manpower. But if you combine it with Aziz, you know, that big chunk of damage with a bit of guard damage follow-up can often result in some light vehicle kills. Yeah, he's just using this really aggressively now, bringing it over to stop the harassers on their right-hand side. Guards getting chased away by the Stern Pioneers. They're losing control of the fuel. This is looking grim for the Allies early. Can't find a position to get the Zis going. Oh, misses the first shot. Heartbreaking for Rutra. Might switch over to the mid now where this looks is. They've just lost so much, you know? 2 conscripts, 1 combat engineer, 1 Maxim. Now maybe a guard squad as well. So that retreat. Good movements from Scotch here coming in. Capitalize on this low health squad. It's just going to get away. Conscripts getting a T-grenade in. And the Zis finishes it off. Nicely done there. Good work with those conscripts. Looks is still pummeling away, racking up the kills. Nearly 12 already. Incredible kill count this early on. Conscripts, oh, managed to squeeze around the MG42. Gonna get some territory over there. Looks like maybe the Lux is heading over that way now, though. These guys are really making the most out of their light vehicles, trying to shut down these counterattacks to their territory. Walking Stuka now coming in from Noggano. That's going to be super early. Conscripts get forced off. No territory gained over here. Triple cap for the Axis. Double fuel. Allies really got to work hard to turn this one around. Okay, there we go. Mortar team forces away the machine gun in the middle. Got to bring your Zis up now, support. Here it comes. Looks doing some really good damage against these guards. Guards trying to get the squad on retreat though. The MG42. Unsuccessful. It's just a little bit slow coming up still. He's going to set up. Oh, a little bit out of range. Doesn't want to risk pushing it too far forwards. Meanwhile, guards not having much luck on that left-hand flank. Outnumbered. Fuel cache going down for Rutra. Not a bad idea. I think one of them, at least one of these two teams have to go, or two players have to go for a light vehicle, because I don't see a way that they're going to be able to just save for like call-in tanks and for this game to go their way. I think they need a light vehicle, even this late in the game, to just try and turn things around, try to get a bit of momentum going their way again. Oh, could be a wipe here. Close call, gets away though. Infiltration grenades well dodged. Will they finally get control of a fuel point? It's looking like it might happen. Some out of position. Grenadiers just right on top of all these support weapons. Nothing to zone them out here. So this mortar team's going to go down now. Machine gun super far forwards for Scotch, getting really aggressive with it. Flamethrower coming out on 2 men. Tries to go for the merge. Oh, and he loses it. That's how desperate the Allies are right now. They can't even get out of their base. It's heartbreaking to watch. Oh, a couple of these guards could go down on retreat here as well. Looks chasing in. One goes down. So the second one's going to get away. Look at this territory control. It's overwhelming. Okay, Allies going to make another push on this left-hand flank. It's got one shot in there. Machine gun's about to get flanked in a big way. Sparage goes in. Oh, does some good damage. That's going to need to retreat. Looks also having pulled back for repairs. Oh my god, look at this. 14-minute Brumbeer. That is... it's a game ender. Well, and so is that. Both support weapons going down to the walking Stuka there. No attempt to dodge. Probably trying to destroy this team weapon, but maybe these grenadiers are going to actually steal it here. We'll be coming over to the left-hand side now. Almost wipes that con. If he had the machine gun upgraded right now, he doesn't even need it. He ends up getting the kill with the main gun. Squad was so low, even a graze resulted in its death. Noggano putting down his tier 4 tech on this left hand side now in a reasonably defensive position. Not really going to cover this VP, but close enough to provide a little bit of defenses to units around this area. This comes in to do some more damage. Now the guard squad looks likely to go down here. A lot of shots actually hitting the maximum, not the guards. So sits up, might be able to get the kill. Guards do go down. Skates away, not even attempt to attack ground. It's a weakness, you know, he should be attempting those attack ground shots. Might get lucky. Okay, mine goes off. Won't be damage to this nearby. Nothing to provide sight, however, and 2 LMG Grenadiers nearby for defense. Probably not going to be able to follow up on that. Honestly, it looks to me like the Soviets here are going for a double call-in strategy, but as I said, I feel like one of them should take at least light vehicles, and probably after that point also gone for maybe like an SU-85 into a Katyusha or something like that. Just trying to hang on for dear life like this is not working out for them. They need some vehicles to help fight back. These unupgraded conscripts are just getting decimated by with the LMG Grenadiers and the STG Fox. They really can't hold their own. It's hard to use these support weapons that Rutra has without proper support, and they're just not well supported enough. Brombear's taking some cheeky shots. Oh, don't stand behind the light cover. Oh. Trying to wheel his this around, but yeah, he's just control protecting the triple cap. It's looking grim here for the Allies. Stolen Maxim going to work here. I was just desperate to get into the capture circle, but get denied right there. Brombear's going to stick around, do a little bit more damage now. Oh, second Brombear from Scotch. Whoa, that's unexpected, but that's how far they are ahead. They just feel like they can try and close out the game right here. The opponent's clearly not going to get any tier 4 units to try counter them. Just going to be relying on support weapons. And if they can close out the game before they hit 13 CPs and 14 CPs, it's highly desirable before those big bruises come in. And they just about have, like, both these guys, even though they're getting very close to the amount of command points and fuel for their tanks, nowhere near the manpower, they're just getting cut to shreds by the superior Axis infantry and the Brombears, as well as the Lux and the Walking Stuka. So basically everything is just ruining them right now. Must be a big Walking Stuka barrage. Oof. Combat engineer goes down. Machine gun goes down right at the base door. He's desperately trying to reinforce it. $75 points left for the Allies. Trying to get onto this circle, but not going to happen. EG34 is there. Just no way onto the map for the Allies. Just can't even get out of their base. Complete shutout here from the Axis. Very strong performance from them. And honestly, like, I feel like this is a little bit out of character for Dzaraa and Rutra. Their squad preservation wasn't up to their usual standard. Can they make it out of their base? Don't know why they didn't surrender about a minute and a half ago. Okay, Rutra calling in the IS-2. 13 command points left. So, too late. Too little, too late. Noggano has a King Tiger to counter that, which is very effective against it. And there we go. Yeah, complete performance from Noggano and Scotch. I just feel like both of these guys not getting anything from tier 3, not getting anything from tier 4, both trying to save for call-ins was just too much. Couldn't keep back the pressure from Noggano and Scotch.
Victory is ours.
Yeah, sorry, here. Ready for game number 2. Noggano and Scotch putting on a very convincing performance in game 1. Now they're playing as allies. Noggano as Soviets has guard motor coordination, mechanized support, and armored assault. Teaming up with them. I did say this is Scotch. I think I said this is Noggano. This is Scotch. This is Noggano. Royal Artillery, mobile assault, and special weapons. He's playing the Brits in the south. Rutra is making a rush for this garrison as OKW. His breakthrough, fortifications, and special operations. And Dzaraa as the Aussie has joint operations, modified armor, and Jaeger armor. A little bit unconventional, those two, but there you go. So, could have cancelled that wire if he wanted to, but he's going to leave it up. Walk all the way around. Took a bit of damage on his way around. Conscript should be able to win from this range now. Jumps out of there with the Stern Pioneers. Machine gun coming up in support. Not too much combat happening over here yet. Just a lot of sandbag building going on. Stern Pioneers get back into the building just at the right time to catch those conscripts out of cover. Doing a lot of damage to them here. Maxim trying to blast away at these Stern Pioneers as well. Machine gun moving up. Seeing up at max range. Don't think the Maxim has sight of that, so Maxim gets suppressed. Looks like they're going to cycle units in. Wire's still there, so combat engineers can't get in the building. It's going to disappear now that this gets out of range. But things looking pretty good for the Axis on that left-hand flank. How are they doing over here? Looks like a bit of a 3v1. I think they should be able to beat these Tommies. Comes in close for some scrapping. He's got that third squad that could be contributing this fight, building sandbags and capping in the middle instead, so doesn't go too smoothly for him. Machine gun jumps into the building here. Vic is trying to do some fire, trying to force it out. Maxim sets up behind heavy cover as well. But there's a very early mortar team for Dzaraa, putting in some work on these allied mortar teams. Axis taking control on the far right now. MG42 does get forced out of the building, just too much firepower from both angles. The universal carrier coming in for Noggano. Hasn't actually started his tech yet. It must be quite late starting his tech here. Generally around this time you'd expect to have him completed and be getting the Wasp upgrade, but that's not what we're seeing here. Maybe he's forgotten. So this is going to be a triple Maxim build from Scotch. Maxim's covering every angle here. This could be a tricky retreat. Has to run past a lot of Maxims. He switches targets and down it goes. Nicely done there by Scotch. Good targeting of his Maxims. And late retreat from Dzaraa, honestly. Oh, that mortar shell though. Combat engineers down for Scotch. Rebuilding them now. He's getting close to requiring to start his tier 3 tech, so he's going to need those combat engineers at some stage. Might as well be now. Maxim getting forced away by the mortar MG42 team. Infantry coming in from the Axis from this right hand flank. This Maxim's getting flanked. This one's also in a little bit of trouble. MG42 doesn't get suppression on that first burst, but this is just too much Axis infantry coming in on the flanks. All the Maxims getting forced away, and that can happen, you know. One of your machine guns gets pushed off. It could be like a house of cards just all falling down. Oh, this could be a wipe on retreat now. Crossing the river is so dangerous. Yeah, there we go. So 2 squads down for Scotch. Kind of having a similar start to the Allies' last game. Just losing so many squads early for no real reason. It looks like the Wasp could be in trouble here. Faust in... Oh, he was building the Faust, but then he... Oh, not building, activating it. And he cancels it. Stone Pioneers get suppressed before they get in close. Probably going to lose now because of that, but the Vickers now getting flanked by Volksstreeters in turn. Double mortars actually here from Dzaraa. I think that's a good idea when facing off against that many Maxims. Also want to map this small, like set up your mortars in a pretty safe position and fire at most of one half of the map. The thing is though, like, do you want to invest that much in mortars? Because eventually, once rocket artillery rolls around, there can be a little bit of a liability, as we've seen in some of the other series. It's getting blasted out by one walking Stuka or Katyusha barrage. Mortars continuing to go to work on these machine guns. They're trying to reposition. Ooh, this Wasp is just playing such a risky game here. I think he's 1 Faust from death. Here comes the Puma though. Ooh, misses that shot. Misses another shot, and he's going to back away with that. Either way, Noggano shouldn't be taking those risks. Should maybe just use the crew repair on this, try and repair it back up. Maybe that's because his tech is so late that he's also so late getting engineers to repair this back up with. Conscripts pushing in. I mean, Grenadiers pushing in on these conscripts. Makes them sitting up behind to support, but the mortar teams are right there. Makes some suppressing those incoming Grenadiers. Flamethrowers shutting down that flank attempt. 6-pounder now on the field. Also got one squad of sections upgraded with the pyrotechnics, giving them that increased line of sight and the ability to throw the flares, calling in the base howitzer fire. Sets up, takes a rifle grenade, instantly has to get forced away. Unfortunate timing on the setup there. Whilst back up to full, coming in for some more action. Interesting, no light vehicle from Dzaraa, no flame half track, no 222. Close call on that retreat as well from Rutra. Wasp opens up. Some good flames going in. Should help the allies regather control of this right hand side because they need it. Scotch is having very little success on this left hand side. Maxim's just constantly getting flanked, even on a small map like this. Really impressive stuff from Dzaraa. And Rutra as well, actually. You know, he's come over here with a squad of Fox Grenadiers every now and then to help with the flanks, which has really helped out the team. Not just I play my side, you play your side. This is, you know, a team game. This brush goes in way off target though. Whilst trying to shut down this cut-off play, but the Puma is there, 6-pounder, a little bit far back, but luckily the Puma misses both the shots and doesn't want to chase it any further. Tries to send a grenade just on the approach, trying to deny access to the fuel, to the cut-off rather. Still, things looking pretty strong for the Axis, getting off to a strong start. Dzaraa has a just unholy amount of fuel for this early in the game. A little bit lacking in manpower though. Makes me think he's probably going to go for a straight tech to tier 4. Not intending to try rush out any medium tanks. Otherwise he would have started his tech a while back. Telemine getting spotted there by Noggano. Ooh, that was a close call. That could have been a dead squad standing on top of a tower. Might have been getting detonated there. That was a close call. Surprise. Ooh, good damage to the machine gun. Almost knocks it out. Allies finally seem to be getting a little bit of territory under control here. Lucas gets flanked, however. Puma's back up. Ready to fight. Walking Stuka from Rutra. Really early one. Similar to last game. Bunny's taking so much damage from that Wasp. Puma coming over here now, but it's taken a long time. And it looks like that mine ended up getting triggered by the flames. Okay, walking Stuka Barrage. Looks like it's targeting this Maxim, I had to guess. Ooh, that was a close call. Almost a wipe on one Maxim. 2 models and a lot of health damage off the Zis. Pretty good starting barrage there. Pioneers went down there. Or Dzaraa. Doing his tech, which is why he's a little bit low on manpower. He's also put down a fuel cache, so they're really trying to pump their tech here. Investing in a cache this early. Interesting as well from Dzaraa. Hasn't gone for any LMGs so far. Generally, I recommend getting them as soon as possible once you've got your medic base for healing. He's gone for double medic bases as well. That's nice teamwork, helping out his ally as well, because trying to spread one lot of healing amongst 2 players, it's generally unsustainable. Just end up standing around waiting for healing for far too long. It's a nice bit of teamwork there, having his ally out with the heals. Some base houts of fire coming in. Not much going to be damaged by it though. Wasp is still there. Now Puma's coming over. Misses the shot again. This is a very small target size compared to most other vehicles though. Wasp is going to escape just barely once again. Allies are fighting back though. Got control of this fuel and have had it for a while, and now pushing onto this one. Real turnaround for them. Do have a tier 3 down for Scotch and a T70 now, but this is a super late T70. It's been on the field for a little bit, but definitely on the late side. Oh, big push coming through the middle. Vickers is there, trying to shut it down though. Walking Stuka Barrage. Must be targeting some of these team weapons here. Okay, decent dodge. This takes some damage, but these 2 managed to dodge out of the worst of it. Good control there from Scotch. Much better dodging than what we saw last game so far. Engineer's in a little bit of trouble. Puma's going in for the kill. Oh, that was. I was thinking that sounded like an aim shot to me. It was an aim shot. Didn't get the kill for it though. So this used to be an insta-kill on like a 1 model squad, but no longer the case. Still does increase your accuracy and can help you kill the squad, but it's not guaranteed anymore. And it's quite expensive. But you know, wiping a squad for 45 munitions is pretty good, so might be worth a shot. I haven't really crunched the numbers on whether it's worth using or not, but we're taking some shots. 6 pounder moving up now. Gonna force it away. Vickers in a good position as well, shutting down these stern pioneers. Finally, Rutra's pushed back on, getting control of this fuel once more. Walking Stukas have been devastating Scotch. Scotch just got his tier 4 down. Did see the Centaur earlier. Tier 4 down for Dzaraa as well, and can afford to go for the Brumbeer right now. That's what he's going for. Might be considering going for the Panther though, you never know. Taking a few shots to the T70 and missing. Oh, nice walking Stuka Barrage. Catches machine gun retreating straight back. Conscripts Ura out of there. Oh, not quite. Do end up being suppressed just on the edge of the arc before they cleared the trees. I think he should be able to regather that decrewed machine gun. So it's a pretty good start for Rutra. 3 barrages, I think 15 kills. That's good kill count so far. Keeps going like that. It's going to be a major factor in this match. Oh, the wasp went down. I missed it. Yeah, it was a close call for those Royal Engineers. For the salvage now, trying to maximize those incoming resources. And it was indeed a Brumbear for Dzaraa. Hitting the field now, forcing away that machine gun. Oh, and actually wiping it there. That was a lucky shot. So Sprage going on to the pack. Trying to get rid of it. Pack dodging forwards here though. Good work. Puma coming over to this side. Uh-oh, this is troubles for Scotch. Down goes T70. Brumbear rushing in against the Zis. Conscript Ura forward, threatening the anti-tank grenade, but there's no tech for it. Good bluff from Scotch. Potentially saving his anti-tank gun there, but Scotch's army, look at that, 39. Chusha going after the location where the pack was, but no longer is. Pulling it all the way back to base. Also got a machine gun bunker in the middle, covering the cutoff. G34 has gone down, and Double Raketans outright destroy it there, stopping it from getting stolen. 6-pounders there, once again shutting down this Puma. So that's heading towards the middle. Oh my. AT gun goes down. He manages to get the freshly built land mattress as well. Didn't even use the flares for that either. Maybe the Puma got sight of that area earlier. Now he's going to try outright destroy the 6-pounder. The Centaur could honestly come forward here and fight as long as there are no anti-tank guns nearby. It can actually do pretty good damage to the Puma. Probably beat it in a battle like that. Planes coming in for Scotch. Forcing away this Axis infantry from the middle. No mattress into the middle. A little bit of experience. Only 1 model kill so far. Engineers can't quite hold their ground there. Command Panther on the field now for Rutra. Oof. So that's going hunting for something. Or perhaps not. Noggano trying to rely on just 1 anti-tank gun. It's going to be tough for him. Just about has the fuel for a Firefly. Still needs a lot more manpower though before that can happen. Okay, fresh this coming in for Scotch. Scott's also going for a T-34-85. Interesting to see. Scotch is in a tough spot on his build. I don't honestly know what units are correct for him to make right now. Because he needs the anti-infantry and he needs the anti-tank, but T-3485 is going to get bullied by the Command Panther, so there's no easy solution to what he's facing right here. Another incredible walking Stuka barrage. I don't know how they knew the positioning of them there. Command Panther going in now. Ooh, and there goes the Zis. Decrew by the rocket artillery. Good follow-up. It's something we've seen throughout this tournament. You know, once you decrew those team weapons, going forward, trying to follow up with your vehicles or anti-tank guns and trying to knock them out, stop them from getting recrewed, really put the manpower hurt to your opponent. It's been a really important factor throughout this tournament. We've seen it from the top teams, and it's often the deciding factor in these matches. Give him some Katyusha fire. Pretty well dodged there. Don't think he got any kills for his trouble. Green Tommy's doing a good job on the right. It's the land mattress targeting now. The mortar team? Yeah, the mortar team going after it. It's Vet 3 wants to knock it out. And there it goes. Doing some good damage to the Puma as well. We've got the planes coming in for Scotch once again. Trying to force away all this Axis infantry. Looks like one of the planes got shot down already. Bunker busting barrage coming in on the Zis. Manages to get out of the affected zone though. VP is still pretty even despite the Axis pulling ahead in terms of like army. Allies are definitely keeping it even in terms of the VPs. Another word for barrage. I mean, they're constantly targeting this area as Scotch comes out of the base with rocket artillery, and it's really paying off. Looks like he's about to lose his second Zis now. 85's coming up. Try and save the day, but too late. That was actually really lucky. Pack connecting 2 shots long range on such a small target size team weapon. Unfortunate for Scotch there, losing another Zis. And Panther now for Dzaraa. Doesn't even need the elephant right now. Scotch going for an SU-85. Noggano has got a Firefly, hasn't seen any combat yet. Does have the tulip rockets upgraded. Oh, pushing in. Going after the 85 is the freshly built Panther. Oh my. Did Scotch just lose another anti-tank gun, or is that Noggano? It was a British announcer. Units pushing through the middle. Oh my god, Centaur went down to the Command Panther. Man, I'm missing some crazy combat. Firefly going in for the kill. Think it could kill it with just one shot, but doesn't want to chase any further. Perhaps worried about the mines. Panther too fast anyway. And the disrespect here going all the way into Scotch's base. Decrew Rakitten getting destroyed here by the pack. Good walking Stuka doing some damage to team weapons once again. Allies starting to get pinned in their base here. It's looking a little bit grim for them. Is in for Rutra. 39 kills now on that walking Stuka. Vet 2 already, he's got the recharge bonus. So his cooldown's going to be super quick on those barrages. With a barrage. Oh man, going after this machine gun in the back lines. Unsuccessful. And Katyusha, oh, didn't quite get the wipe, but close call. Taking a look at army size, 67 to 81, 61 to 92. Huge lead for the Axis now. All of those team weapons getting destroyed from Scotch, really costly, and Noggano losing that center also very costly. He's lost some Royal Engineers too. Planes coming in once again for Scotch. S-35 providing some really nice damage, but the flares providing side of the S-35. Panther pushing in, Firefly's there in support. Anti-tank gun moving around there now. Trading blows here. Oh, tulip rockets. One of them connects, gets out of the way of the other one. Plane crash. Swarm of grenadiers pushing forwards, forcing all of this back from the Allies. A tank gun moving up. Uh-oh, Firefly's in trouble here. Down it goes. Should have known it was too risky keeping it around on half health. Puma just gets away. A little bit better with the Werfer barrage that time. A lot of health damage. Only about 3 models killed though. So Allies gotta be feeling a little bit desperate here. The thing is though, they're still very close to level peggings in terms of VPs. I don't know how they're doing it. Army size is so much smaller. Targeting the Maxim back there now. Some good damage to it. Also have a flak half track for Rutra. Wants to shoot down those planes from Scotch. He's had enough of them. He's gone for the flak half track to try and counter them. Oh man, bunker going down for Dzaraa. Pushing in now. It's quite a lot of anti-tank all here though. Panther better be careful. Packers pushed up though, trying to put pressure on these Soviet tanks. And the LMG Grenadiers just shuffling away all of these squads from Scotch. You just can't hold the line against these LMG Grenadiers. Shusha targeting these Grenadiers. They move forward to try and dodge it. Which may work, may fail. This barrage looks like it's going to knock out the pack. Maxim is there, but mass rifle grenade's going to come in on it. Has to retreat now. Panther coming around the side. That's the command Panther. Puma also coming up looking to do some damage. This sets up. S-35 could be in a little bit of trouble. One more shot and it'll go down. Puma pops smoke. Command Panther continues the chase. This now repositions and everything's going to survive, but dicey for the Allies. Walking Stuka Barrage Stukov. Looks like Rutra's lost a little bit recently. A little bit of his infantry, perhaps one of his Raketans. I think he had an AG-34 at one stage as well, right? Dzaraa, meanwhile, could, do something with his resources. Could go for some more bunkers, put down some caches, perhaps. Does he have those options open? Because, yeah, he's pretty much at his limit now, so can't make any more units. His tank grenade goes in on the Brumbeer. That's going to slow it down. 300 points left for the Allies. S-35 on the focus site, trying to knock out that bunker covering the VP, but in come the LNG Grenadiers, slightly outmaneuvering this Maxim as well. Take 2 shots at the Puma. Triple cap now. Points are draining fast. Oh, straight backwards barrage there. Does some good damage. Fresh conscripts for Scotch. So's his desperation. They're just getting chopped to pieces by these BO3 LNG Grenadiers though. Werfer looks like it's also targeting this area. Not too successful though. That Werfer doesn't really find its mark too well so far. I think that's 11 kills and 4 barrages. Could be worse though. Could be worse. We'll be back up to full. Gonna do some damage to these incoming Tommies. Katyusha targeting the MG42. That goes down super quickly, but Brumbeer ready to shut down that push. S-35 mobilizing itself now, but not sure if it's going to be able to get up there for some damage. Firefly's also moved up and they both miss. Gets the stun in on it. Brumbeer could be in trouble. Double tank destroyers are right there. Looks like they're not going to risk the chase though. He's bringing both his anti-tank guns up. He could lose this Firefly due to pathing on retreats. He's blocking himself with his own anti-tank guns, and in comes the walking Stuka. And the Stuka dive bomb. Oh man, that's a disaster. Noggano's about to lose everything. Oh boy, that was horrible for Noggano. Blocking his own Firefly with his 6-pounders. Loses both his anti-tank guns there. Nightmare scenario for him. Just as they were starting to pull their way back into the game, just loses everything in one fell swoop. Panthers looking to do some damage here. This is there, so is the SU-85. Werfer going after the Zis, it sounds like. SU-85 just pummeling away here. It's up to BO3 already. He's been controlling it well. Ooh, nice Katyusha onto the VP. Could lose his squad here. And does. Oh, the Brumbeer though. Yowza. Not sure what that's targeting. Sounds like we've got some base house of fire coming in. So Allies did push neutralizing all of the victory points, but not for too long. Noggano's still struggling to rebuild his army. 30 supply. He's got quite a lot of fuel, so can build a tank pretty easily, but sees the manpower. Making use of his allies' healing as well. It's a little bit more sustainable because he does have the Tommies to do healing as well. So many craters. This side of the map has seen so much rocket artillery action. Devastating the allies. Fresh Panzer IV now for Rutra. A little bit more firepower against the infantry. Targeting this Maxim. 3 models down. It's a pretty formidable armor force here for Scotch though. All these tier 4 units for Dzaraa having to back away. 2 85s and the SU-85 behind it doing some good damage. Stuka does some great damage once again. And this pack's just getting free vet here. So much damage onto these allied mediums. They decided not to chase any further. Rutra's Command Panther was rotating round, so it would have been there in support. Fair idea to back away when they did. I just don't want to just throw away the game like that. It's actually one thing we haven't seen too much of so far this game is mines. There are a couple in the early game, but I haven't seen any planted for quite a long time. Looks like Dzaraa did end up building a munitions cache. Oh, double packs. No, that was a pack and a Puma. SU-85's just the king though. Another bunker busting barrage. Sounds like we've got some tulip rockets going off on the Panzer IV far right. Firefly needs to chase though. Didn't chase for the follow-up shot. I think the main gun can't shoot for quite some time after they fire the tulips. So you need to chase in. Oh, SU-85 gets caught out there. Down it goes. Vet 3, that is so costly for Scotch. Calls in the planes, but don't think it's going to help them. Looks like Rutra lost his flak half track at one stage. I wasn't really paying attention to that. Shoot onto that vetted up mortar team in the middle. Trying to bait these squads into these bunkers and it's working a treat. Oh, the pack gets decrewed as well. That's actually really nice for the allies. Looks like he's going to go for another T-34-85 instead of another SU-85, which is interesting because I thought the SU-85 was working really well for him. Dzara's built yet another cache. He's going to have dive bombs at plenty. Panther taking some fire from these T-34-85s. Command Panther coming in from the other side, but Firefly dishing it out from the middle. Gotta be careful though. Since at half health could very easily go down to the Command Panther charging at it. Second Firefly coming for Noggano. T-34-85 is fighting strongly here. Still, the allies are struggling to maintain VP control. Oh, P4 gets a nice shot. Decrewing and it looks like he's going to destroy their Vickers now. Putting down some mines now is Rutra. Good idea. Might be able to catch the Firefly rotating through this area. Recon plane coming in now for Dzaraa. No Centaur on the field anymore, so that won't get shot down. Katusha into the squad. Trying to capture the middle. He's going to stay strong. He's got the heavy cover from the anti-tank gun. Ends up losing the squad for the trouble. But a counter barrage. Walking Stuka knocks out the Katyusha in return. Looks like the allies are angry. They're going to make a big push, it looks like. And if this fails, that's probably going to be the match for them. Just lost too much. They're going to chuck it in and see what happens. Okay, so we've got quite a lot of vehicles nearby. Command Panther, Raketen. This is already off to a shaky start. Oh my god, 2 Panthers now from Dzaraa. This is just going horribly for the allies. 1 Firefly goes down, but he gets some good tulips in. Second one goes down. Stuka dive bomb in the middle. Looks like it got a lot of kills. Firefly is about to go down. So is this T-3485. And they call the GG. They just lost everything. Killed nothing with that assault. It was pretty woeful, has to be said. Look at all these corpses on that Stuka dive bomb as well. That was nasty stuff. Well, not quite as convincing as game 1 for Noggano Scotch, but Rutra and Dzaraa showing their strength here, so we'll be going to game 3.
Victory is ours.
So here we are for the deciding match, game 3. This time we're on outskirts. So on the right here we have Dzaraa and Rutra, both sporting Soviets, shock rifle frontline, Soviet combined arms, mechanized support for Rutra, guard motor coordination, shock rifle frontline, mechanized support for Dzaraa. Noggano as OKW's got fortifications, special operations in Luftwaffe ground forces, and finally Scotch also has Storm, Jaeger armor, and Blitzkrieg. He's changed up his commands quite a lot. Only constant here is Jaeger armor. Oh, big sneeze, excuse me. So Stern Pioneer's trying to bully these combat engineers around this garrison. Gonna come around, fight them from this side. Only 2 windows over here, so should be able to beat them pretty easily. Nice control of the Stern Pioneers there from Noggano. Conscripts coming in and support, but a little bit too late to do anything about it. Trying to get some wire on here, just anything to slow down his opponents is Rutra. Sandbags on the fuel. Looks like we're getting off to a bit of a slower start here. Just both teams kind of content to go for their own stuff and then have their larger skirmishes a little bit later. A lot of sandbags going down for the double Soviet team. Looks like they're both starting conscripts as well. So Dzaraa now diversifying into his tier 2. These squads need to move a little bit closer to do some damage. They're still behind cover at that range. Finally moves the squad up now. They want to avoid a machine gun jumping into this building, so he's staying near the door, making sure nothing can get entry to it. Meanwhile, we've got some action in the north. Conscripts versus Stern Pioneers, but they can't hold the line. Guess the squad did some capping over here and ended up getting forced back. Conscripts are getting some pretty good engagement so far, outnumbering these Grenadiers, but now we've got an assault onto the cutoff. Maxim, however, focusing on these Stern Pioneers first and foremost. Oh, and they just squeeze out of its arc before getting suppressed. Now it's going to have to reposition. Probably should have come over to try and fight this in the first place, however. Big push onto the cutoff here from the Axis, and it's going well, but Maxim's about to bring that all to an end. Oh, conscripts go down on retreat. Nice pick off there for the Axis team. Maxim is here putting in the suppression, but they're still cut off. Conscript's probably going to lose this one coming into the engagement at slightly low health as well. So is that a loss for Dzaraa as well? He lost a conscript. Yeah, so it's a loss for both Dzaraa and Rutra. 2 conscripts this early. Once again, nightmare start for them as allies. Similar to what we saw on Crossing in the Woods. Losing so many units early. Looks like they're both diversified now into tier 2. Starting to field a few Maxims and Mortars. He just gets out of the arc. But the Axis putting the boots to the allies here, now about to flank this Maxim. 1 squad of conscripts nearby, but I don't think they're going to be able to hold the line. Oh, and combat engineers could even go down here. It's like he's going to try just focus keeping this Maxim backing up over, trying to get the kill. Forcing away a lot of units here. Just the 1 squad of Fox Trinity now getting onto the cutoff. Things are not going too smoothly here for the allies in the early game. Healing up for Rutra, but he can't afford to stand there and heal up these combat engineers. He needs them on the battlefield to force away these squads from doing all this harassment. Rough grenade goes in, no dodge. Lots of damage. Now LMG upgrade for this Grenadier as well, doing some really good damage to this super low health conscript. It should just get out of there. Try to conserve the manpower. This is a losing fight. Finally getting control of the cutoff once more. Also managed to sneak a squad up here to do some capping of the fuel. But yeah, I mean, he almost lost that squad there. And really didn't accomplish anything. No models off this one or this one. Just a waste of manpower there for Rutra. Flamer half track coming in for Scotch. Pretty reasonable timing. Maybe about 15 seconds slow, but nothing too big. Conscripts ended up getting forced away there, outnumbered 2 to 1. Maxim in this building could hold some good territory up there in the north. Allies, though, they do need to regather control of their fuel. They don't want to fall so far behind in fuel like they have been in other games. Flame half track. Using attack ground on the... just on the ground there, perhaps expecting a mine to be there. Maybe he saw combat engineer planting one earlier, but then that ended up getting cancelled. Tripwire flare goes off. Maybe that's what he saw. LG Grenadiers behind the sandbags here, and here comes Flamer half track. No anti-tank grenades. This is coming up, but not quite here yet. So these conscripts taking some heavy casualties, and a good flank here from Noggano coming through the middle. He's come through this angle like 2 or 3 times now. Still hasn't been covered up by the allies. So Maxim in the building also got forced away from Dzaraa. Ooh, combat engineers look like they could go down here. They're hiding behind this tree line. Just gonna try just manually move them down here, but Noggano's hot on its trails, trying to get the wipe. pops the retreat. Gonna run right past the squad. And down he goes. Burst of flames. Once again, this is looking really bad for Dzaraa and Rutra. There's a thing, you know, when you have those squad losses earlier, just sometimes the opponents can find an angle through your defenses because you just don't have as many units as you should. And the results can be devastating. Even managing to push onto this munitions point frequently, and you know you're in a bad position when you're getting pushed on munitions like that. Is in a really safe position. Typically, you might see a harass once or twice in the whole 50-minute match, but we've already seen it 3 times, I think, so far in 10 minutes. Scripts are running out. Do they have grenades now? Still no grenades for Rutra. Just relying on the raw power of the Zis, but it's not working out well for him. And their fuel income is a little bit slow. Guards coming in for Dzaraa. I really do hope that one of these two goes for tier 3 because just their strategy didn't work out for them at all in first series on Crossing in the Woods as allies. But it looks unlikely because if they were, Rutra rather, would probably be building it right now. Because he's pretty much got the resources for T70 right now. Flame half-track comes in once again. 2 Zis nearby though. This could be the end of the Flame half-track. Pop smoke, no attack ground. That's one thing that Dzaraa and Rutra are really bad at, using attack ground. G34 trying to hold the line. Maxim's going to squeeze around the flank, and it looks like he's going straight for the fuel, but the tier 4 tech is there. He's not going to have much luck thanks to that tech structure being up there completed. Grenade goes in, no dodge. So he's going to get forced away now. Might go for a merge here. Yeah, nicely done. Good merge from Dzaraa. Keeping those guards on the field. Oh man, he didn't notice this until too late. Maxim goes down. Oh, it's so costly. And it looks like we're not going to see a tick from Dzaraa or Rutra. This is a real shame. I honestly feel like they should have tried to revise their strategy and one of them go for tier 3, maybe into tier 4. Looks like they're going to go straight for the coolers, but the command points are just not there. And they're losing so badly in the meantime. They really need some vehicles to tide them over. Things are about to get even worse once that Panzer IV hits the field. Double rifle grenade into the building. Machine gun could go down here. ISG coming in. There it goes. Maxim down for Dzaraa. Both Soviet players gone for guards commanders this time. Same commander. But they are in big trouble once again. Triple cap early on. Struggling for fuel early on. That Flamer half-tracker may be dead now, but did so much damage to them. Just they are constantly trying to reposition the Assist to deal with it, but it's not enough. It wasn't enough. And here comes the Panzer IV. Super fast P4 for Noggano. He went for battle group instead of mechanized. Into that fast Panzer IV. And Dzaraa and Rutra really not equipped to deal with that. They've got 2 anti-tank guns and a couple of squads of guards, but they can't be everywhere. Down go the conscripts. Maxim just wheeling its way up now as well. Could go down. Both this are in a good position here. A P4 quick enough on the reactions. Goes for his Zis barrage on that machine gun covering the middle. But in come the Grenadiers from the side, forcing away all of these team weapons. Now the Zis barrage coming in, but nothing to support the Zis. Could very easily go down from this position. Mortar also about to go down to these LMG Grenadiers. Oof, just gets away. That was a super close call. T70 now from Rutra. Could have had this like 3 minutes ago. Looks like we're going to see a tier 3 tick now from Dzaraa as well. This is so late, man. So late. Like they've already in those like 3 or 4 minutes since they could have had the T70 on the field, they've just lost so much territory. They've got completely overrun by the Axis. And the Axis in those 3 or 4 minutes have accumulated so much fuel they've been able to get out a Brumbier and a fast Panzer IV. And they are now just steamrolling the Allies. Thanks to their high-tech units. This is interesting because, you know, Dzaraa and Rutra, I'm pretty sure I cast a few games of them, and they were, previous to the micro patch, going for T70s early. Maybe they thought post-patch with the recon nerf they weren't as useful, but I don't know why they changed from that strategy of making use of the T70. But Noggano Scotch playing very well. Just every time squads come up here to harass, they're shutting it down like pretty quickly. Especially because the Allies are relying on anti-tank guns for the anti-tank work. They can't deal with vehicle rotations to the north, shutting out their harassment attempts up there. So, ouch. Another bunker down. This time from Scotch. But yeah, this is not looking too good for the Allies. Su-76 for Dzaraa. Su-76, you know, can really help you against OKW Panzer IV. Chain Faust here on the T70. Another squad goes down to the Brumbier there. Machine gun also, LMG's clearing out the Zis. Oh no, Su-76 gets flanked by the Panzer IV, goes down straight away. And you can see this Rutra 19 supply, Dzaraa now at 35. This match is over. Yeah, I mean, Dzaraa and Rutra just got off to such a bad start in both of their allied games, just losing so many squads early. And then Noggano and Scotch just capitalized on it so well. Just finding, because they were, a little bit down on strength, they found angles to flank, did a lot of harassment damage. And then because Rutra and Dzaraa never got light vehicles to kind of help them push back, try regain momentum. Oh, we got some talk about the servers. There were server issues earlier in the tournament, but I don't think these guys played at that time. And then the servers got reset by the Relic server team. We had to wake up super early to deal with those issues. There's not much they can do. If every other player had a fine connection, it seems unlikely there was the Relic servers. I'm not going to rule that out completely, but it does seem a little bit unlikely. But there you have it. That's the match. Noggano and Scotch taking the victory there. Seem to be very strong on Axis at the very least. And Rutra and Dzaraa, yeah, unsure of their strategies as allies, honestly. Making quite a lot of use of conscripts, which just don't scale well into the late game. Not getting out of T70 as quickly as possible. I can understand if they don't want to go for double T70s if just one of them wants to do it, but I do think you need that extra little help through the early to mid game of their light vehicle. And then finally just making that decision super late, about 4 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes after they could have had it, bring it out once the damage had already been done, once the Bomber and the Panzer IV on the field already. Just too little, too late. Well, that's it for this quarterfinal series. Noggano and Scotch advance.
Victory is ours.